NHGOP TV.
Yeah. Unless you're in charge.
I'm on ASCAP, so I feel like the Lone Ranger.
Gary was 10.
2-minute warning.
That's Gary right there.
Make announcement to the parking lot. If anyone's straggling outside in the parking lot.
Mr. Sweeney, one more question. How is the voting happening? One of the sugar beans in the right spot?
I think it was a perfect meeting. So, Ellie, I'm going to give you this. So this is the checklist from today. This is all the people that voted today. And we can start kind of explaining how it's going to work for everyone. So what we're about to do is we're going to start county by county processing the votes that were cast early with the county and city chairs. This is our team of counters who will be overseeing it. We will open up each county and city box one by one. We will also be opening up the state party early vote box and pulling out the list of people who voted early at the state party headquarters. That way, if somebody had voted once with their county chair, but also voted with the party, that's why we have the date and time stamp on the envelopes that everybody signed. If there is somebody who, they have an envelope from a county box, but they also have their name checked off the list of the state party box, there are two envelopes. We'll find the envelope in the state party box that they had submitted, and we'll compare the date and time signature on those envelopes. The most recent one will be the one that is accepted and processed in, and the one that is older will not be unsealed tonight. As we go through the processing and the voters that voted early are checked off the list, and we make sure they didn't vote elsewhere, their envelope will be opened up by one of the counters here, and the envelope, the ballot will be pulled out that was folded into the gummed envelope and placed into that centralized ballot box. I will do this county by county until we have all of them, and then we'll finish with the state party early votes until we have all of the votes cast into that box. Then we will open up that box, and the counters will segregate the ballots into ballots in the chairman's race between the two candidates, and then count them, and then we'll move on to the vice chair's race. So that's the process that we're going to start right now. It is 6:02 p.m. Yes?
Joe, in your email this week, you made a comparison to how we count votes in town and city elections, and that's a very interesting comparison.
Yep.
I actually agree with that. In towns and cities, we count by each of those precincts.
Yep.
Each of these boxes is like a precinct. I would like to ask that you count each of those boxes separately so that we know how the precinct voted in those votes that were
So
cast.
I would say in this election, there's one precinct, and that's here right now.
Well, I want to point out that it was multiple different locations to vote. And
Correct.
each location,
Early voting.
Each location typically does have the votes counted for.
But we're not
that
counting
location.
them at the separate locations.
Yes. So we've always voted at one annual meeting.
We were at one location
And
for the annual
Eli, thank you for being here, but you are not, at 4 o'clock today, I asked all 4 campaigns to designate one observer per their campaign. This is a practice that we've done in the past. Mr. Hines sent me a wonderful email that made no sense to what we've done in the past, which is fine. I have 4 people here. We have documenting cameras. We got a priest here, okay? End of the day, it's going to be 4 people counting the votes, 1 observer from each campaign in this room. So at this time, could I please have the designated observers for each campaign selected by the candidate to please? What
We
campaign, sir?
object to this. There is no basis for this.
I don't know- I
You're
don't
going to
know
let
who
me
you are,
finish.
and I don't
You are
care
going to
who
let
you
me
are.
finish. There is no basis for this in the bylaws. It does not change your vote if you have 30 sets of eyes here. We are not leaving. We are going to watch you count. There will be one designated official from each campaign sitting at the table to verify that the name on the ballot is what you say it is. The rest of us are not leaving.
Sir, I don't know who you are, nor who you speak
It's
for.
a Republican.
But
I'm a Republican,
That is
I am the treasurer of
fantastic.
Belknap County, and we are not leaving this room.
fantastic, congratulations on being the treasurer of Belknap County.
Don't
Your
patronize
your
me.
chair
Don't
should be the one
patronize me.
saying anything on your behalf. At this time, I'd ask those who are not designated by a specific candidate to please leave the room.
We are not
I'm the chair of Belknap County. and
Norm, what can you say about this gentleman representing you?
I agree with what he said, and I don't think we should be required to leave.
Okay, so
As the chair of
being
Pulaski
said,
County, I agree.
fantastic.
Chair of Grafton County, I agree.
As the
Okay,
vice chair of Carroll County, I agree.
okay.
As the treasurer of Merrimack County,
And Andrew, I also noticed that it was no surprise that you sent that email out just 22 hours before we started the count tonight. That was done deliberately so that we would have as little time as possible to object to this. We all object. There is no precedent for this. There is no reason why we can't be watching. What are you trying to hide by limiting the number of people watching the count?
Andrew, I think we allow all to observe the count, but only those designated by the candidate, only that one individual designated by the candidate are the ones that can challenge any of the count.
that's fair.
Fair.
That's acceptable.
Absolutely fair.
That's
And
fine.
before we get started, can I ask Pete